Welcome back, family. Hey, we've got the cover price hot top 10 for this week, and we're going to cover this and see what we think about it. I'm Richard.
I'm Greg.
Yes, I have to say I'm Richard instead of saying I'm rich because people think that means I'm wealthy. No. Look behind me. I'm broke.
Yes.
So every week we break down the top 10 list on Cover Price that they put out every week on their website. If you haven't subscribe to them, you should. Not only is it a great resource, but it's also a great way to catalog your own books and monitor your collection value.
Yeah.
So, I've been subscribing to them for well over a year now, and I really do like their resources, and they're always updating it, making it better. So now, I don't know if you noticed lately, it's a lot easier to search through your own personal collection and filter.
Oh, yeah. They had a big facelift, I don't know, about a month ago, where they included a bunch of awesome quality of life updates, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if they're watching, I'd like you to add one more. I'd like one more sort field for signed books, because I do enter in my CGC signature books.
Mm-hmm.
If I could pull up that, filter that and just pull up all my signature books in one shot, that'd be great. Really appreciate it.
Do we want to shout them out real quick?
Absolutely.
I know we did on one video prior, but since this is the next video from the one that they actually commented on.
Yes, and we know that they're actually watching this, which is cool. Thank you, guys.
Super cool. Appreciate the app and, charging what I think is a fair price and always improving. So yes. Super cool of you guys. I don't know where I was going with that, but
you said you wanted to give them a shout out, which you just did.
Cover Price. Thanks for commenting on the video.
Yes.
Thanks for the issue that popped up last time was Rich found a 9.9. They said sold for $26 or something like that, and it was, and then the 9.8 was like for thousands or something. So clearly it was wrong. And they fixed it, and they left a comment, and they were like, "Hey, thanks for pointing it out. That was a mistake somebody submitted a wrong value." So,
but it put us back into our geek nerdom because you texted me, "Dude, Cover Price commented on our video." I'm like, "Don't freaking way!" Ah!
Yeah. So that was super cool. So,
yeah.
Shout out. Appreciate you guys. Yeah.
All right, so let's jump right in this and get to number 10, second week now.
Yep.
Biker Mice from Mars, number 1.
Oh, yeah. This is on here because Ryan Reynolds' production company has confirmed that they are going to be handling the reemergence of the series.
Yep.
So
let's see what the sale prices. They've actually gone up a little bit, $35, $40 for Raws.
Yeah. Yeah, they were about
$212 for a 9.8.
Yeah, that's a little bit high. I remember it was $25, $30.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was last week also.
Last week.
So,
but it was higher, too.
It appeared on both lists, not just this one, but the CBSI list. So, this is not generated by anybody's gut feeling. This is actually generated by quantity of books sold and everything else. So, there's not somebody in the Cover Price office going, "I like this book." Comic Tom doesn't work there. So.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I really don't know much about him. I don't watch the video, so. I think
that this book is a definite candidate for a Remember Me in a few months.
I'm down with that.
Even though that they've announced, Ryan Reynolds has announced that they're going to be handling this, they can't even start writing a script yet because of the writer's strike.
That's right.
So this is definitely going to trickle out of people's minds and come down in prices.
That's going to be a refrain that we keep coming back to, by the way.
Oh,
writer's strike.
I haven't looked at the list yet. So I would hold off on this, guys. I wouldn't buy this right now, especially since it's up from last week.
Yeah.
And it's down to the number 10 spot, so I think next week it drops off the top 10, and you're going to start to see those prices start to settle a little bit. All right, well, scrolling up, we see number 9 is The New X-Men.
114. The first appearance of Cassandra Nova, a parasite from the astral plane who replicated the DNA of Charles Xavier while in utero. This is hot on here because Emma Corrin is rumored to portray Cassandra Nova in Deadpool 3.
Okay. No, thank you. No, I'm sorry. We have Bill Murray playing a character in Ant-Man Part 3. You saw how well that went.
Not very.
Yeah. I think they're going to have 5 million characters in the Deadpool 3 movie when it finally comes around in a year from now.
I'm starting to agree with you because there's been a couple of books now in addition to this where they were like this kind of character, and that's the reason they were on the list.
Yeah. I mean, every time a movie comes out, especially something from the MCU, they have 15... How many different Skrulls did we have blow up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And none of them ever hold value.
No.
So, no plus tax, no.
Yeah, this is a particularly obscure one, too, I feel like.
Yeah, this is... JP's budget collecting, this would be either a trap or a come on, man. So, seriously? No. 114% up for number 114. Let's get somebody name drops. No. All right, scroll up to number 8. Spider-Man 2099, still holding strong on this list. How we doing on sales here?
190 was it for a 9.8? 189? Yeah.
And the most recent is 210 for a 9.8 on the 6th, which was yesterday.
That's not shabby. Not too shabby. I think there's room to go down, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, it looks like the next movie is going to be delayed a little bit.
For a couple of reasons, yeah.
I'm surprised, actually, that it's still trending a little bit up. I thought by this point it would start to trend down.
Yeah. Although, let's see.
Most recent Raw is at 21, 24. No, 21 for a near mint on the 6th also.
So, here might be a reason. Tomorrow, Across the Spider-Verse is released digitally. So there could be a little
reminder.
Yeah, let's watch that again. You know, could be a little spike
there. Oh shit!
there.
I wanted to buy that book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's come down in price a little. Yeah.
So could be that.
Yep. But when things are really hot, it's not the best time. But I don't see this dropping a ton, even when it does come down a little bit. And I see it going back up again when the next movie comes out.
My dream is to secretly sneak it in an auction at like 150.
A 9.8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you got a good shot at that, but you're going to have to wait till late September, early October.
Yep. Halloween, for sure.
Remember, people are going to be selling a lot of comic books at about that time, trying to get money to buy Christmas presents.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So usually you have an end of the year decline in the comic book market, and then it goes back up again in the springtime when people start getting their income tax returns. So
yeah.
But still, even at 210, long term, I don't think this is a bad book to have. 210 for that book, it's over 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's a character that I think will have legs in canon going, after the Spider-Verse itself. And a lot of people like it. So I don't know. It's not terrible. Still not terrible. I'd wait to get a better deal, but it's not like the first two. Well, number 9 for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's scroll up to number 7. Infinite Crisis, Jim Lee cover number 5.
Yep.
First appearance of the modern Blue Beetle.
And cover appearance. Yep.
And cover appearance. Boy, this movie better do well.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
And I think that I think it's really unfair. If you look at a lot of the movies that came out in 2023, they've made money, but since they didn't crack the $1 billion or $2 billion mark, they're considered unsuccessful or disappointments.
Yeah, there's a weird, it seems like everything in life is just becoming more polarized.
Yeah.
Extremes both directions. And we've talked about this with our, She-Hulk ratings and review bombing and people that are doing that and stuff like that. It's just I don't know, man. If it's not a super blockbuster, then you're fired.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I hope it's just a solid, fun romp that is fun and doesn't suck.
Yeah. So we've got Most recent sale, $200 even for a 9.8, and it looks like fair market value of $226. So it looks like it's already coming down.
People are not high on the movie.
A few years ago, there seemed to be a peak when it hit the trailer, and then a peak again when the movie came out. It seems like lately, the biggest peak is when the trailer comes out, and there's a lower peak when the movie comes out. So, like, selling it is right at the trailer mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then it starts to trickle down a little bit. So, I don't know. I think people were higher on The Flash than they were on, they had more hype for The Flash leading into it than Blue Beetle.
Oh, yeah.
And that was such a, I'm sorry, forgetting about what Ezra Miller brought to the table. I thought the first 15 minutes and the last 10 minutes were just almost unwatchable for me. I know you didn't mind it, but I couldn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I don't like Ezra Miller as a person, I had to give him a lot of credit for the acting job he did in that.
I was surprised.
Yeah, he really did a great job in that. Overall, even as much as I didn't like the beginning and the end, the reviews that the movie got were, I mean, I didn't like the movie, but it was not as bad as everybody said it was.
Exactly. People like to take their pound of flesh, and they're doing it preemptively on this movie, and they're just calling it WB level of special effects. And I'm like, dude, what do you... I don't understand.
Based on what? What they saw on YouTube?
I guess. I don't know.
The conversion rate for videos on YouTube is not the same as digitally what you see in the movie theater. So...
I don't know.
You didn't learn that from She-Hulk. Okay, whatever.
Anyway.
All that being said, though, it's probably not the best idea to go sinking $200 in this book right now.
No, don't do that. I mean, you can, but don't.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't care what we had to say, you wouldn't be watching. So
True.
I'm glad that you're watching, and hopefully you've subscribed and clicked like and clicked notifications. And let's move up to number 6. He's back!
Back again. Spider Boy's back.
Wow! And
Art
all the way up to number
Bailey's
6.
back.
Check this out.
Tell a friend. Yeah, man.
Oh, wow.
Good to see him. It's like an old friend.
Yeah, right? Jeez.
He's got a pretty big book coming out this week. I want to say it's the Spider-Man 11?
31?
Sorry. Yes, sorry. I'm confusing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man.
It's the Amazing Spider-Man number 31, I think, is the big one coming out. And it has a spoiler variant for cover A, which I do not believe I have pre-ordered.
No. I was right. It's Spider-Man number 11, Mark Bagley, and it's got Spider-Man and Spider-Boy, doing a pose on the cover.
Like a what's up?
No, they're, swinging, together.
Ah, okay. It almost looked like you were doing this. Sup? I do see that the most recent sale, 8.6, where 9.8 is $90.
Most common slab, though, $113.
Yes. But even the fact that it has come all the way down to $90 means that's exactly what I paid for it, so I'm still okay.
Yeah, true. $90. Look at that.
It seems like a lot of people are liking this character, and it's got some legs to it. $90? It might be your time to jump in on this book.
Oh, yeah, man. For sure. Especially you, Larry.
Yeah. Dude. So, yeah, I actually was watching a different list, and I saw that do you remember the Timeless Miss Minutes variant?
Yes.
The 9.8s of that have come all the way down to $65.
Guess who did that cover?
Humberto Ramos.
Ding!
Hey! I had 6. I gave one to
Rob's
Pat Sachs of Comics for the Comics Curing Cancer last year. But yeah, I still have 5 copies of that as a 9.8. What makes that really wonderful to me is I paid cover price on that.
Yeah.
So even at 65, I'm like, I'm still ahead.
That's so funny. Humberto Ramos. So I've typed that so much in my phone. When I go to type it, it goes Humberto, and then it's like R-R-R-R-R-R-R-R-A-M-O-S. It's learned.
But we've finished the first 5. Is there anything that you'd like to say?
Time for the patron shout out. What up? We have our August meetup coming up. Not this weekend, but check us out on the Patreon so you can let us know what weekend works for you. Mm-hmm. Thanks, patrons. Here you go.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
If you'd like to see your name there, make sure you go to Patreon, Team Ohana, and just join up. It's only $3 a month, and you get free comics every month. So if you think about the price of comic books, you're getting your money back every month anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So let's scroll this thing up a little bit and see what number 5 is.
Captain America number
7, second print.
Yes.
When is this? From 2019. Weekly. First team appearance of the Daughters of Liberty. Oh, they're probably going to be in the show.
Jessica Drew, Sue Storm, Misty Knight, White Tiger, Annabelle Riggs, Mockingbird, and Echo. A Daughters of Liberty project is rumored to have been in development at Marvel Studios pre-strike.
Wow. This is tough. Give me those characters again.
Jessica Drew.
Yeah.
Sue Storm.
Okay, that would be a major one, but okay.
Misty Knight? I don't know that one.
Yeah, she's she's from the Luke Cage Power Man. She was the one that took care of Daredevil in his series, the nurse.
That wasn't Night Nurse?
No.
The Rosario Dawson character?
Correct. Matter of fact, in Defenders, she loses her arm, gets a bionic arm, which is what happens to her in the comic books as well.
Why did I think she was Night Nurse? Rosario Dawson joined the cast of Daredevil. Her role was Claire Temple.
So why am I thinking Misty Knight?
Is Claire Temple... and Night Nurse. Yeah. Yes, I bested you in classic Marvel stuff.
So that makes no sense to me with the Ant-Man Quantumania, where Hank said that he got together with somebody, and in the comics, I believe he got together with Night Nurse, but he didn't get together with Rosario Dawson. I said, who the heck is Misty Knight then? Why am I...
Misty Knight is a former NYPD police officer whose arm was amputated following a bomb attack. And they could have matched the characters together, mind you. They do that. A bionic prosthetic from Tony Stark, and she started a private investigation agency with a close friend, Colleen Wing. The two later formed the duo Daughters of the Dragon.
I think that it was a different character. I only watched The Defenders once, and I didn't like it. So I tried not to waste too much brain space on it. I think that Misty Knight was a different character in The Defenders alone.
She's often in a romantic relationship with Iron Fist. They had the first interracial kiss between superheroes in mainstream comics in 1977.
Ooh.
Simone Missick portrayed the character in the Netflix television series Luke Cage in The Defenders and the second season of Iron Fist.
Definitely a different person. Okay. Again, I hated Iron Fist. I didn't like Defenders, so... it's like when you read a comic book and then 2 years... Yeah, read a comic book you don't like 2 years later, you're trying to refer to it. So
White Tiger, who's been kind of getting rumor buzz for the past year, I feel like, as well.
Yeah. Several versions of it.
Annabelle Riggs.
That I don't know.
Dr. Annabelle Riggs decided to become an Argula, inspired by Indiana Jones, movie she watched growing up. She knew Misty Knight for some time. She's an archaeologist who, after nearly dying at a Viking mass grave, joins the Defenders along Misty Knight and her lover, Valkyrie. Okay, I guess she's just a regular person.
Okay.
And then big two at the end, Mockingbird and Echo.
Which we have both those characters.
Yeah.
Mockingbird is Clint's wife.
Yeah.
Which they verified with the Rolex watch turning around. He saw the shield symbol with number 13, and that was her. And
then Echo, of course, we already met, and we're going to have the series as well.
Which they're dropping the entire series in one day.
I wonder if that's a good or bad sign.
A lot of people looking at that as a bad sign.
So anyway, sorry, that was a long setup,
there's a lot of characters here, and this is completely news to me here. I'm worried about this because there's a lot of people that are anti-woke. And if they see a strictly female team, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. When I saw the female team in Endgame, I don't know how you're going to get through all that. Don't worry, she's got help. And I saw all the girls. I cheered. I'm sorry, I cheered. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
but then it's like, oh, they try to make all the women. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, like, oh god, just shut up and enjoy the film. You
Yeah.
know? But it's going to give those people another. What do you mean, those people? It's going to give those people another piece of ammunition,
Yeah.
and that's what I worry about. So,
Whatever. Screw those people. Progress is just gonna happen. So they're gonna find something else to hate on.
yeah, absolutely, I agree with you 100%. That being said, $100 for 9.8. It's a second print. Apparently, the second print must be very low print on this.
I believe it is. Yeah, it's one of those where it's worth more.
Yeah, even $30 for a raw. Let me see what some of the sales data is before this rumor broke. Because you can do that on cover price. Haha.
I swear they haven't sponsored us or anything. We just
No,
really
they
enjoy
haven't.
it.
But we're just really, like I said,
We'd
geeking out with knowing that they're watching us.
We would love it.
I'm seeing a June 20th near mint sale for 10. So right now it's selling for, near mint raw is selling for about 30. It's a triple, 3 times up in price on a rumor, which everything is, we don't even know. We can't even get it to, they're not writing anything now.
Yeah.
And the stuff that they're writing is also being changed along the way based on A, what they think it's going to do, B, political climate.
Also, how long because of this big gap, actors and actresses' schedules change themselves too. So
Yeah.
I'm sure some of that comes into play too.
I would I would be looking in back issue bins, absolutely, to try to find a bargain on this, but I wouldn't be looking to buy a CGC 9.8. I'd look to try to find a raw in the wild.
It's the old Greg method.
Yeah, and if you see a cover A, the first print, grab it, because if the second print does blow up and get out of reach, the first print will also go up in value as a result.
I agree. All right.
Rolling up to number 4. We spent a lot of time on that book, sorry.
That's all right.
Ooh, here's an old buddy of mine. Haven't seen him up here in a little while. Marvel Secret Wars number 8. This is they're showing the direct edition. First appearance. No, not first appearance. This is kind of the origin of the symbiote, which later becomes Venom.
Mm-hmm.
First appearance is actually Spider-Man 252.
Origin of the alien symbiote that becomes Spider-Man's black suit and later Venom is what they
It's
say.
almost like I printed it myself. Check that out.
Whoa. You and cover price are symbiotic. Anyway, I don't think this is on here for any particular reason. Just other than it's one of the heavily most what do you call it, transactioned books ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a book that it's a key book that people would love to have in their collection. This is like Spider-Man 300 and,
298.
some of the modern books, the Hulk 340 and stuff like that. There's a 9.9. There's a 10.
Yeah.
It last sold in 2019 for $14,000. But 9.8 selling for $720. And I know there's a newsstand on this also. There's also a Mark Jewelers. Ooh.
God, could you imagine?
No. Anyway, 9.8s of the is the highest grade registered sale on the newsstand, going for $17.50. That's also up from fair market value of $17.06. So, I don't know what's driving the price up on this, but specifically, but this is a blue chipper. This is a book for your collection that, if you find it and you can grab one, you always want to have it. Your friends that are comic collectors are going to look and go, oh, you got a Secret Wars SW8. It's like an AF-15. You can initialize it. People know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a good point.
9.8, 720 on the 5th. 9.6, 240.
Yikes.
Now, I don't have a 9.8. A matter of fact, I think all I have is a 9.2 or a 9.4.
I would
Which
be
is
messing
fine with
around
me.
the 9.0, 9.2 range if I wanted to buy it, I think.
I have a 9.2. I just looked. You know how I found out so quick? I looked on my cover price.
Actually, 9.6 isn't too much different either, actually. The last 9.6 sold for $240. The last 9.4 sold for $270. Go figure.
Yeah, and the last 9.2 sold for $208. So for $32 more to go from a 9.2 to a 9.6.
On that book?
Yeah.
Cha-ching! $signs for eyes.
If you find a 9.6 that's an older CGC label, you might be looking at a crack and press. But prices don't drop down. You go all the way down to 7.5. It's still at 175.
Yeah, that's interesting. There's like a little dead zone there of dead in terms of moving up and down.
And honestly, people, you can use that to your advantage. If you can find somebody at a show or even on eBay selling like an 8.0, it says the last sale is at 131. You can use that and say, hey, look, last book sold for 131. I'll give you 140. You're making a profit. Use it to your resources.
Yeah.
But still, great book to have in your collection. Don't be afraid to get something a little lower just to get it. Because, I mean, if I could get an ASM 300 for a decent price at a 7.0, I would do it.
Anyway, sorry.
All right, so let's move up to number 3. Ooh, that looks familiar.
Yeah.
Batman Gargoyle of Gotham. This is the Ashcan version that came out during San Diego Comic-Con. This was my pick gun to my head. Mm-hmm. And it looks like this book has gone up in price since I said it.
Yeah.
$60, and it was what, $25.30 last week?
Was it? I can't remember.
If you can't remember, it's the first time you can't correct me today.
I don't know. Yeah, like
26, 29. I'm looking at the sales from a week ago. 29, then goes up to 45, 50, then 29, 44, 29. It looks like it is trending upwards. It's a jagged line, but it is trending upwards. As I said, every major Comic-Con has one book at least that goes up in value, and there was nothing really special about the San Diego Comic-Con books. I think people, you may have missed the boat on this. I'd hold off on this right now because the regular issue is coming out in September. We don't even know if the storyline is going to be good. We don't know if people are going to like it.
There's a lot of hype on it, but hype doesn't mean
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people that are jumping on and selling their copies now that it's shot up, trying to strike while the anvil is hot. But I think the things will calm down. And I don't know with that black cover how susceptible it is to get, spine ticks and whatnot.
Yeah, who's to say?
Scrolling up to number 2.
The Mighty
Thor.
Thor.
319. Oh, God, Zaniac.
What? You know this man?
That's, yes, it's because of Loki. In the Loki trailer, it's like an alternate reality, I think, and Zaniac is an actor.
A poster.
Well, yeah, it's a poster, but it's on the movie marquee. The movie is starring Zaniac.
Yeah.
But supposedly it's like some actor that he gets the powers of whatever he portrays or something. I don't even really know much about it.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Look, even if this is somewhat of a major character in the Loki series, he doesn't make it past season 2.
I was going to say, these kind of bit characters, like Bill Murray and all that, they're fun, but they don't really pay off if you're in it for the investments. Now,
this book came out in 1982.
Yep.
First appearance of Zaniac is what it shows. It shows that last year, a 9.8 sold for $320 during the boom. And I believe there was some reference to Zaniac somewhere, because I remember hearing it before this trailer, like a while back. But an 8.5 just sold for $55.
First.
Yeah, and I see $25 for Ross on the first. A fine selling on the fourth for $5. This is on the hot list because of quantity sold, not because of high prices. Yeah, I wouldn't even... If I saw this in a dollar bin, I would keep going. That's how much I have faith in it.
While filming a slasher movie, an explosion turns Brad Wolfe into the character he was playing in the movie, the Zaniac. That's the synopsis for the book.
Yeah. So again, if I saw it in a dollar bin, I'd keep going.
You wouldn't buy it for $1?
All right, for $1, yeah. Even up, maybe I might even splurge for 2 or 3. But that's my maximum. I put this up there. I put Throg at a higher value than this. Okay.
Well, Throg's cool.
No doubt. All right, number 1.
Boom.
Captain America number 7. Oh, the first print.
First print. Yep.
So I wasn't so far off with that earlier, was I?
Nope.
But you know what I noticed that is not on this list? Daredevil 11 and 14.
Already gone.
Yep, already gone. I already have my copies out to CGC.
And I bet you it's because there's not very many and they were already transacted. however many they were going to be transacted. Now
That's
they're
very
being
possible.
kept or like you, sent to CGC.
So, Captain America #7, first appearance of the Daughters of Liberty.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
This one's selling for around 15 raw. Not bad.
The second print is the one that's selling for higher. It's like 30. No, it's
30.
even more.
Yeah, 30.
You'd have a much better chance of finding the cover A in the
Yeah.
back issue bin. I mean, the first print, sorry.
Yeah. Also cover A.
And 9.6 sold a couple days ago for 90, which means a 9.8 generally sells for about double. You're looking at about 180.
Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't spend 180 on this. Again, even if it gets confirmed, and it's going to happen, there's no long-term value in this, in my opinion. And it's a speculation. We hope. So I'm not dumping $200 on a we hope.
I want to see if it says on the label first appearance of, Nope, just says the legacy number, Captain America 711 in the key facts.
Gotcha.
You jerks.
Yeah, I've been looking in back issue bins for it, trying to find it cheap, but definitely not spending money to get a 9.8 at this time.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting speculating, but I'm not. If speculation requires a very small investment.
Yeah, especially when it's so far out there.
Yeah, not a crazy idea, but just so far away as far as time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, it's time for that wonderful thing called Gun to Our Head. Now, what this segment basically is we have to pick one of these books that, if we're not committed to buying it, but if a gun was to our head at today's prices, what would we buy? And if we both pick the same book, we have to pick a secondary book.
I went first last time, I think.
Well, good,
But
because there's very, very few that I would pick. I would be going for an upgrade to get to a 9.6 on my Marvel Secret Wars #8.
Oh, okay. I would spend $15 on cover A, first print of Captain America 7.
If you had to take a second book, what would it be? If you don't want to say it, you don't have to. I'll stall and let you think a little bit. My
Okay.
second pick would be, it's down to 90. I would take another 9.8, Spider-Man #7, first appearance of Spider-Boy.
That's what I have open right now. Either that or the nicest raw copy of Infinite Crisis 5 I can find.
I mean, you could go for your biker mice again. It's a separate week.
Yeah, the nicest copy of that I could find for around $30.
All right. So let's wrap this up, sir.
Yes, please.
All right. Guys, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to click subscribe, and drop a comment down below. We'd love to know what you guys think about not only the picks, our analysis of it, but if you use the Cover Price app and program, because it's not an app on a phone. I know you just told me. And what do you think about it? Do you use the catalog to look up prices, everything? There is a free version that you can, you can get some of the information for free, but the monthly subscription is so nominal. I think it's like $6.95, and you get so much stuff.
Yeah, you can look up to 5 books a day without signing in or having an account. But if you're at your Honey Hole or back issues and you're looking up 20 books or something, you're gonna run into that wall quickly.
Yeah, but you could also check sale history of every grade. Guys, don't forget to check out our other videos, which you'll see links for. Or just check out the channel and you'll see them. We have a podcast, which you can get through any service like Spotify, where you will find Team Ohana for our Back Issue Book Club weekly. We have our Patreon, of course. Come and join us. Join the Coconuts. It's only $3 a month. Help support the channel a little bit. It just kind of offsets some of the cost of it. We're not making money on any of this, trust me.
Nope.
We do have some T-shirts on the Etsy shop. You'll find and hats. You'll find the link down below. Instagram, Team Ohana Family. We're all over the place. Just come and join us somewhere. Like, subscribe, click on those notifications. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. Until we see you in the next video, mahalo.